Hello there, YouTube. We're going to make an alcohol stove out of a SeaFoam can. And what it will look like is the same as this Venom energy drink. You cut the top off, it goes upside down. See those couple little slots in there? Real small. And however many jets you want around it. This one burns very well. I got this off of YouTube. These are 16-inch holes, maybe a little smaller. I used a very small bit with my Dremel on this. I want this precise. Okay, when this can is tapered, we're going to show this because this is critical. See where the can is tapered? You have to drill your holes down here where there's a space. Okay, see when this would be inside? You have to make sure before you put this together you decide where there's going to be a space. Because you do not want it to where it's touching, you'll just drill through the whole thing. So that's really critical. Every can is different, every type of can is different. Now on this one, it's the SeaFoam can, I might have made a mistake because I went 2 1/8 from the bottom. I'd recommend going 2 1/4 because you're going to make your inside can longer because you will cut and sand that down also on sandpaper. You'll have this machine, almost machine finish. Okay, because when you put this in here, when that touches, you want enough can inside of here. Okay, I'm already touching. I'm not going to get much can in there because I only have about 1/8 of an inch to go. So I would recommend, remember, go 2 1/4. And if you look on your can where it says using gas, ethanol, diesel, or biodiesel, I went just above there. Go about 1/8 of an inch higher. Go to where it says, almost where it says, I would go clear right across at least the top of de-icer anti-gel. I use this stuff all the time in the winter, summer, keeps my fuel stable. No stock in the company. But these are nice cans. You have a plastic piece on here, cut it off with a utility knife, pair of pliers. This is what you end up with. This nice little ridge. I said, and this can will be made taller. Take into account this dish is in. Same as when you make these type. I don't know about some of the aluminum beer can bottles, but I know this tapers in. I like this design better than I think I looked at a Monster Energy drink. I like the size of that neck. That's why I decided to use this. There's a nice ridge there, rolled over ridge. I may paint these, I may not. But I would go another 1/4 inch. Or 1/8 of an inch, I should say. Go from the very bottom. Go like 2 1/4 inches. Go 1/8 inch more than what I did, because I may be running into a problem. If you do have a problem, you can put some rivets in here to the sidewall. I'd rather not. And I do not flare the can out. You'll see people flaring the can out. I do not do that. You can put a block of wood on top of here and tap this down in there. You can make a little press. I've seen where a guy had a shelf on his wall. He put a board on there with a hydraulic jack, and he squished them together with a board. A real big vise going real slow. I'm going to tap mine in just with a block of wood and go real slow. Okay, so we showed this part. Wash these out with soap and water. I wiped these out, and I wished I would have washed it with soap and water. Not much of the fire hazard from the spark because I use my diamond blade. I have cut many a can with these. You have to have a good high RPM. When I measure, I have my junky calipers, and I'll scratch a line. You can use a marker in a book. You can even cut these with a utility knife blade stuck out of a book. So you push down on the book real hard, and you just keep turning it. Several ways of cutting these. But make sure you take all these burrs off. I take a file not this way. This is a round chainsaw file. I will go this way. Then I will take emery paper, which is better than sandpaper. This is emery paper. It is cloth. 40 is probably 46 grit or something. I see a 4 on there. It works very well. Make sure this is super smooth, clean. Go around the outer edge like this. Make sure this can has no burrs on it. Outside, inside. Don't worry about it if you get this a little off. It's yours, it's not for show. This may be a little wavy. Don't worry about that. I wanted to put the video time in showing that, how I do this. This is only like my third attempt, but I will take several hours to make this. When I have the time to kill, I will take my time even if I come back. These look like they're going to be a very nice metal can. Just remember, that dish is in. That's why I might have measured off when I stick this in here. I do not flare it. I want these surfaces to be smooth. If you look at this, I'm not on telemacro, you will see this is 2 pieces of tin. This will go together real well. Because when you're done, you'll put on a sheet of sandpaper, emery paper, and you'll be going like this. Don't just go back and forth and turn it. Do that. Okay? If I forget to show it, do this on your paper, on a sheet of glass, a very nice flat desk. This has a lot of rough surfaces. My old work desk, it's taken a beating. Just make sure the holes, like I said, you have a space in there. When I drilled these, it's very close to the wall in here. But this has a real pretty burn jet to it. I may show these side by side burning. I want to do a nighttime video out here in the workshop so you can see how nice they look. You can see how the flame has come up here, the pattern. And this is the was a little more taller than that because you want the inside can to stick out. You can always cut it off. Some cans you can get a scissors in there and cut it off because you will be smoothing this. This looks like one piece. I don't know whose video it was, but I watched it and I copied it the best I could. Those are just maybe 1/8 inch diameter at the most, 2 slots. Because what happens, your fuel is burning, it heats up, it vaporizes, it comes up here, then it lights. This will make you a cup of coffee very fast. I don't mess with alcohol stoves much because the stuff costs. You can use your de-icer. It goes in your gas tank, methyl alcohol. I'm sure I'm right. Someone correct me. I bought it for 50 cents a bottle. I wish I would have got some more, but I wanted to try it. When I go back to the dollar store that I was at, I'm going to buy some more. For 50 cents a bottle and they're getting rid of it, they're probably already out. I didn't want to buy too much of something and have just a bunch of junk. Because I don't put that in fuel. That eats rubber fuel lines. So I use SeaFoam. That's what I use. But that's what you start out with. We'll get this out of the picture here. Very nice can. You could probably make a lot of different stuff out of these cans. I thought of maybe making a burner where, losing all my parts here. So I thought about making a burner with the carbon felt and making a wick where it sticks out of here. And this can is real short, like down here total before the shoulder comes up. Like it's a real short can. It may be like this tall and that's it. And I always put the outside over the inside. The fuel is contained on the inside. So if you make something like that, put this in here. Put your top over because this will contain the fuel. Don't do the opposite. I just don't do it that way. I always make sure this is inside, this is over. And make a wick out of carbon fiber and stick it in that hole. That may make a nice little alcohol burner. Because it'll be sticking out of here. A nice big fat wick. And it'd be packed full of that carbon felt. I've seen that stuff with $17 for a small piece at Home Supply. There's plenty of internet sites to buy it in big sheets. But that would make a nice burner too. Just for a simple burner with alcohol, that's like an alcohol stove with a big fat wick rolled up with a bunch of it stuffed in there. But on with the video. We talked about it long enough. The next part you'll see is when I have this in here upside down. And I'll show you how much can I have sticking out.